So recently I had a live stream. I actually got asked this question. Um, Jenny Jones versus Ricki Lake. Who did I like more for what they were doing as far as their journalism and the TV broadcasting? Um, I hadn't really thought about it because it's been a long time. It's funny how we used to watch daytime talk show hosts and look for their cadences and their vibes. And I guess it's also who appeals to you, who seemed cool to you, who had the coolness. Ricki Lake was real bubbly. She came a long way though. She definitely uh became more appealable over time. She tried different things with her show. She was actually able to hang in there though. I didn't really think that she was the deepest, but she had something about her that people definitely resonated towards. And, she her show was okay. It's like one of those kind of shows that kind of hung around. There's a lot of competition, but it kind of hung in there. And every once in a while, you might get a nugget where you go, hey, that's not a bad show. That's pretty cool. I can do something with that. Sometimes you get that. I mean, when she wasn't coming across kind of corny, she had a pretty good little run with her show. And so I thought it was cool for what it was. I thought, it had a little something to it. So I used to watch her little show and I thought it was, decent and what have you. So, she had some moments where she would go into doing different types of shows, but she was doing what everybody else was doing. But yet she had her one thing I will say about the talk shows back then, everybody kind of had their own identity though, and that's how you differentiated where they were about. So I thought Ricki Lake had a little cool vibe, going on to kind of, show subject matters and what have you. But Jenny Jones though was cool. Jenny Jones had a cool vibe about her. She kept a cool smile about her. And she wasn't afraid to open up her show to talk about race relations and different things. In fact, she used to have artists come on her show all the time. I remember when Us used to do that dance where he took off his shoe and did a little dance he did. She had people come on the show. She had a real open line of communication. She was it was something about Jenny Jones that hit a little bit different. It's kind of like she had some flavor to it. And so when I was going by, asked this question because it's just so kind of random. It was on the live stream recently, but I was kind of like, wow, somebody was tapping into something. Sometimes people almost like when they ask you a question, it's almost like they know that maybe you either reveal something or they peeked out that you used to watch some of these kind of shows or you were, interested in certain things. And so I was almost like touched, but almost like embarrassed, but almost I was like laughing because it was multiple feelings. Because yeah, I used to watch these talk shows and used to like them, but yet sometimes they had kind of corny connotations, and sometimes they were good. It all depends. But if I have to be asked about these two in particular, who showed that I like, who I thought was a better interview, a better show, I got to say it's Jenny Jones. I thought Jenny Jones had a real cool vibe. I thought her show was on point, and I thought that it definitely, made you think. But it was also cool. She just had a vibe about it. It was cool in the game. Like I said, Ricki Lake had some moments. She tried real hard, and she had some things that I like. Some things I like. It all depends on what kind of mood I was in, because you know how it is when you watching shows and you trying to get to what you're getting to. So anyway, it's a good question. But anyway, I'd be curious as to anybody who watched the two of them, who did they prefer out the two? Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another and share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out of time. Peace.